Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
What's up? It's me, Don Tolliver. If I could describe the Bose Ultra Open earbuds, I think I would describe it as very seamless. It can definitely be something that you can style. It's like earring candy. Check out Bose.com for more.
Listen in.
Starbucks. It's a great day for coffee.
Hi, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. How are you doing?
I am pretty good. I'm pooping again, which is great.
That's spectacular because you were water pooping last time we talked.
And then I was stopped pooping again because the water it
had
all
to
left
dry
my
up.
body.
Yeah.
And then it was like, we actually
Have
can't do this
nothing.
for a while.
We have no waste.
Exactly. And now we're pooping. And I just have to say, you don't realize how good you have it when you are having a bowel movement every day. Like, and I just am appreciating it again.
I haven't been having quality ones.
Oh yeah, I'm not asking
Because
for that.
I haven't been eating vegetables. That's my own doing. I
Oh.
just have not been in the mood to eat a vegetable.
Sister, I see you.
And I think I
see
might
you.
just get some green juice and drink it and then have fun on Sunday.
Well, that's exactly what I did because I have not been eating my vegetables. So I have just resorted to the greens. And I go, if it's green, I'll eat it.
Mm.
And if it's in the form of a liquid, I'll drink it. That's totally great. But
Mhm.
right now I'm putting lettuce on sandwiches and going, I guess it's a
That's it.
vegetable.
Yeah, I made some. Well, I put in an order at Whole Foods for some groceries, and then they gave me a bag of someone else's groceries on top of mine. So it wasn't.
Oh, okay. So you got your fix.
I
You just
got
someone else's
everything that
fix
I
as well.
wanted, but then I got somebody else's stuff. These people had. Tell me why you need both of these. A carton of low-fat milk
Okay.
and a carton of fat-free milk.
Oh, no, you don't need those.
There was also an extra large container of Greek yogurt, which I'm
Okay.
fine with yogurt. So I can
Yeah.
use that, but I will never use that large amount by the time it expires.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also had the squeezable yogurts.
This is a dairy boy family. Love
Yes.
dairy. Big dairy fans.
But then they also had like some chicken that had been marinated in some pineapples. It was raw chicken, but I had to cook it. And I was like, okay, I can fuck with that. And
Yeah.
then some little chicken sausages. I said, I can fuck with that too. And also, in case anybody's listening, I knew that they wouldn't take it
Yeah,
back.
they won't.
But just
Yeah,
for my own, due
Conscience.
diligence, I called them. Well, I tried to reach out to Amazon because I had ordered it on Amazon. And they were like, we're backed up. We can't talk to you. And I was like, whatever. I'll just call the store.
Mhm.
I told them, they were like, are you still here? I said, no. Why would I be looking at my groceries in the parking lot?
Mhm.
I said, I'm at home. And they said, oh, there's nothing we can do about
You
it.
also ordered, didn't you?
Huh?
You picked him up
I picked
yourself.
him
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yeah, I picked it up myself. So they were like, okay, well, thank you for calling. The guy on the phone seemed pissed. Not at me, but
Yeah,
that somebody else messed up. He was like,
Mhm.
it wasn't my order, but I know what it is. Because he started naming the other things that were in there. And I was like, this was an issue. The people who it probably got left out of, they probably yelled at them.
Yeah. Because you got double. They probably got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hey, at least it was like a good thing.
Mm-hmm. So I say all that because then I made the chicken and then I made some rice to go along with it. And I was like, I guess I'm going to have to eat a vegetable. And I forced myself I put some broccoli in the rice cooker because it has a little basket for it, but it got way too soggy.
It's crazy. As two people who historically love vegetables, we're both currently going through our anti-vegetable era, which is so unlike us.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we're suffering at the same time because like right now my diet is so fucking beige. Like it's so
mine too.
Beige.
Mine too. I've just been liking to eat like eggs and rice.
Okay.
But like
no, that's a win.
I'll put like I'll season it in like Asian seasonings and stuff, and then that's what I eat. I really didn't feel like eating because I was depressed. So I was just eating what I could quickly make in a few minutes.
That's what the ER doctor, like when Mons had said, like, what should I have her eat? Like, she's not. And she was like, whatever. Like, whatever she can eat, like, it's fine. Like, I'm not picky at all. And like, until you're eating regularly and you're like, you're fueling your body regularly, like, and you're eating enough to like have energy, only at that point incorporate things that might not just be your instant craving, but like otherwise just like eat the fucking food. And my primary care physician said that to me too. And I was like, that's really helpful. Like, I really don't care.
Been eating protein bars that are gluten-free. Cliff has some gluten-free ones. I've been eating that. And then also some chips that are protein chips. They've got 20 grams of protein in them.
What the fuck are they made out of?
You can't eat them.
Pig rinds?
No, I can't. I have pig rinds in my cabinet. I can eat about 2 of them and then I'm done.
Well, your mouth gets so slick.
Yeah. Here's a package.
What are the... Oh, I was about to say, this sounds like a Quest thing. Of course
it is a Quest thing. And they're actually delicious.
They cheesy?
These ones are more spicy, but I have had the cheesy ones. It's whey, yeah. So I'll just pop a pill and eat them, and then I'm good.
Whoa. I mean, I love that for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get incorporating eating more protein because I eat a lot of fries and sweet potato
I've been eating
chips.
a lot of fries too. I did... I had some bison, of course, and cooked that and just put it on top of some fries and ate that. And then put some of that yogurt on it.
Ooh, that's I like that. It's creative.
Yeah. It looked awful.
Well,
it was all... But I ate it,
similar to the back of your hair,
good.
it is actually none of your business what it looks like. If it is still appetizing to you, truly, I don't give a shit what it looks like.
Yeah.
Mats has been specifically, I mean, like as soon as he started like working from home, but also like during the beginning of the pandemic, then more so than working from home, but really like since me getting POTS and all of that, he cooks dinner more often than I do. And it is like, so it's so nice. Like it's so, and like he's gotten so good. He like made our steak. It's like the steak, smashed potatoes, like smashed crispy ones, tomato, pesto, and like arugula last night. And it was like the best he's ever made it. And he made like the Ina summer pasta again. And he's like literally like crushing it. And I was like, we got to start expanding and give you another thing to make because like you're doing so good. And it's the only time we're eating like real food because like, I'm like just like a snacker during the day. But I've been trying to, again, eat more protein specifically during the day because it's supposed to be very helpful with ADHD, like first thing in the morning to have protein, but it's also supposed to be helpful for POTS and like less carbs for POTS are supposed to be better because like my heart rate like spikes whenever I eat. And so they don't want you to eat some people it's like little meals, but for me that's not good because then my heart rate, it's like it might not be getting super high like it does with a big meal, but like it's spiking enough throughout the day that it like wears me out. And so I like to do it like small protein breakfast and then like a bigger protein lunch and then dinner. And so I've been in my sandwich era. And
yeah, they've been looking good. I saw a few sandwiches on TikTok that look really good. I was going to send it to you, but I bookmarked them because you hadn't been responding to me for days. And I was just like, I know that she's editing.
Yeah.
And I'll wait. So
unlike me going to the ER, this was a, hey, heads up. I'm going to be in a hole until the 27th when I post this video. I will be MIA.
Yeah.
So unless it's an emergency, she's just doing her thing. But I've been trying to find, if anyone has any sandwich stuff, as long as it's not like the protein is mozzarella or like some cheese thing, I can like, I can like finagle and hack pretty much anything into being like dairy-free and gluten-free. So if anyone sees anything, please send them my way. because sandwiches have been, because I think it's when you toast bread, it gives the similar thing as like a chip or something crispy. And that's like pretty common with people who had lost their sense of like smell and taste with COVID, that like crunchy things are the most like still is what I gravitate towards. And so I think that's why it's been so good. And I'm loving my tuna so much, but I've loved tuna since I was a fucking kid. And Moss is always like, do you want another tuna sandwich? And I go, no, I have to limit myself because I don't want mercury poisoning. Like I'm so fucking regimented, because for someone who's eaten as much tuna as me over the course of my entire life, I should have gotten mercury poisoning at this point. But like, I'm so like meticulous about it. And I just wish we could figure out a way to like, can we eradicate that?
Right.
You know, like, can we just chill? So I was going to ask you, actually, no, you were going to give me some other things about life updates and stuff on the pod.
I mean, it's not really life updates, but just things that came to my head to talk about. I have been working, I directed an audiobook this week, and it's been East Coast hours. So I've been up directing at 7 a.m. every day.
No.
Yeah. And then I have another one next week too, in my haste of things that I won't talk about here yet.
Also, we have to talk about, you have a LinkedIn account?
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. In my haste of things, I started a LinkedIn account because I heard that like film financing, well, I've had a LinkedIn, but I never put anything on it.
No, it's your lurking one.
I have two different ones. I have
my bad.
LinkedIn, fake, and then I have my actual one. But it would just have, my actual one would just have like, because sometimes for things that I'm applying for, like film stuff, they want you to put your LinkedIn account on it. So I just had one. Mm-hmm. And then that's how I found my writing job, is because I did my tricky thing that I told you about through LinkedIn. And so I last week when I was in my hole, I was very much on LinkedIn a lot, just applying for jobs. But I've been directing every day from 7 to 3. And it's been luckily, the person I was directing is a pro. He was great. He was very nice. I could tell he wrote his own book. So
sometimes it doesn't happen. So that's a big win.
He had a great voice, and so we were rocking and rolling. We were finishing about an hour early every day, so that was good. Wonderful. Then I had to do the notes for my script, and I think that's pretty much what I've been doing this week. But then I was on TikTok and I saw this thing where soccer players rub Vicks on their jerseys and under their nose while they're playing soccer because it keeps their lungs more open. And I said, I need to incorporate that into my life. And maybe you, while you're outside, maybe you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like eucalyptus usually makes me feel like I can't breathe, but I do wonder if that's just what breathing feels like.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
If you're already like, if you're not, usually when I do use it, I'm already sick. Yeah. So I've already got the swelling going. But I feel like if I'm not sick, but it's just strictly coming from my lungs and not my nose, then it'll keep it open.
No, that's like very interesting. Mm-hmm. Maybe I will try that.
Yeah, so I gotta go pick up a new. I don't need it yet, but my prescription was an automatically prescription for my your inhaler, and so I'll get some Vicks tomorrow, and then report back next week.
So, are you currently being harassed via text message by CVS saying
yes, I am? And then I extended it one time. I extended it, and then they were like. And the thing is, they say, like, it needs to be picked up before the date that they give you. And so it needs to be picked up before the 28th, which is today. But, like, don't give me that date. Just say pick up by the 27th. Don't say pick up before the 28th, because now I've got the 28th in my head that I need to go get it. So I just paid for it online and told them I'll come pick it up because I wasn't leaving yesterday. I'm not going to get up. So anyway, I have to go get that. So I'll get some Vicks and then try it out. So that happened. Then my TikTok over the weekend was weird. Most of my videos were in Spanish that I was getting on my For You page.
Sometimes that happens to me.
And it was nothing that was coming up was anything I was remotely interested in. And so then I was going and looking at videos that I knew I would be interested in and liking them, hoping it would change.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't. It was like that for days. So then I deleted TikTok and then put it back on. And now it's where it should be. And all the videos that I was liking
old?
during that time. No, it's new stuff. And all the videos I was liking in that time, trying to force it to get on my For You page are now there. And so I was like, you were reading the information, but feeding me things that I didn't want to see. It was very
weird.
Odd. Yeah.
TikTok was down yesterday and like where I couldn't see any comments. And I was like, this is 90% of the reason why.
Yeah.
I watch TikTok. I have to read the commentary.
Yes.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I also needed to go check back in on the girl who was doing a 23andMe test because everybody's like, I think your mom is lying to you. I think you are mixed. And I couldn't find her. And she got the test. We haven't seen results yet.
Okay. It does take a while.
So, but I was looking in the comments to be like, how long does it take? I'm waiting for people
like 6
to
weeks.
see. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, now I can't see comments. And now I'm like, you're asking me to Google how long the results take to get back? Why can't I just open the TikTok comments to see what other people have said of how long it takes?
Yeah. The only reason I did one was because I went to the Streaming Awards one year, which you were invited to come at the table I was at, and you said no.
Yep.
They were giving, that was like part of the goodie bags was the 23andMe.
You did one?
Mm-hmm.
It took 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn anything new? Or is it what you were like,
Yeah.
Did you find any relatives?
No, not anybody. Like it matched.
You already have such a big family.
It matched with people I knew already. I was like, okay, so it actually works. Like, there's my uncle, there's my cousin. Like, I know them. And then there's like other people that are distant relatives.
Beyonce.
Yeah. So that like, I don't have anybody that's like a close relative that.
Yeah. Didn't Gabe find like a close relative?
A brother.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I want to do it. I do. I really do. Because
do it.
I know what my dad's is. But I'm curious like how much of his that I like what I have from his or whatever. Because one of the traits that we both share is that like the shape of like our eyes or whatever. And like I have like some features that like look slightly more Dutch. Like my height is definitely more Dutch, but like there are like certain things that he and I both have that like aren't even typical for like Irish. And so that's what they think might be the Portuguese something else in the raping of the pillaging. It's that part. And I'm curious if I have that, like if those are the same percentages, because like we don't know which of those things like led to like there's certain specific traits. And so I'm curious if I have those so that I can be like, oh, that's what that's the thing there, which I would be interested in.
I will say my whiteness was a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. It's like 20%.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Nasty. So. I just saw Tracy Morgan, which, by the way, why this man doesn't have a flourishing voice acting career. Like, someone needs to put this man on every cartoon ever. Like, he could read me a cookbook. His voice is so fucking engaging to me. But he was on the Kelly Clarkson show, and he did the what's it called? The
Ancestry.
Yeah, the show or whatever.
Does, yeah.
And found out that Nas is his cousin. And I was like, and they called her, and they both like cried, and they were like,
does that mean is it on the same side that Yara Shahidi is on?
Is Yara Shahidi on Nas or on
Yara? Yeah, they're like their parent, her mom is Nas's first cousin.
Oh, I don't know. They didn't bring it up, so I would assume maybe the other side.
Not.
Speaking of this, did you see the girl who posted on TikTok being like, so here I am on Father's Day scrolling through my fucking feed.
Yes.
And I see Victoria Monet celebrating her first Father's Day with her father. And I go, that's the father I haven't seen since I was an infant. The way I would be like, hey, Dad, I'm going to need you to give me my sister's phone number.
Yeah, and then people were like talking shit about her.
What?
Yeah, like people were like, you're just trying to, she's like, I didn't know Victoria Monet was my sister. And people were like, that she was trying to like take Victoria's positive moment and make it negative for her.
Okay, I do have to say a positive moment being the first Father's Day you spend with your father as a fully grown adult is not what I would say is a wholeheartedly positive moment. Right. That is turning a shitty circumstance with a positive outlook. And that sounds like someone who has gone to therapy and is doing a lot of radical forgiveness there with boundaries. Like, that's not like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I was like, y'all are assholes.
Also,
like, truly assholes.
This man is popping up in Victoria Monet's life, like,
after she's famous.
And regardless, like, if she's cool with that, like, and that I have zero issue with that. But like, to be like, come on, don't ruin it. I go, you do realize it's the same father. So like, if he was a good guy,
they all look alike.
Yes,
Victoria looks like him, and this girl looks like them. Like, they look like sisters.
When she posted the screenshot of the photo, immediately I went, who is that? Because I didn't even register with Victoria Monet because I go, you guys look alike. And then I was like, oh my God, that's Victoria. Holy shit. I was shocked by that one. Yeah, I'd be curious. I'm like, what if I have like a sibling running around?
Might.
It'd be fun.
You never know. There's families that are like, don't do that because they know.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked. I like really wouldn't be shocked because I already have a half brother. You know. Who knows? There could be more where that came from. Yeah.
I did see a really sweet video of this guy found his father, but the father didn't even know he existed. The son existed, and like the dad drives up in the driveway, gets out the car. They have on like the same outfit that they didn't plan, and they look exactly alike, like that's spitting crazy. Image.
Yeah, I love like super beautiful things like that because like, you know, there's like so much, especially like when it's like adults, like people in their 30s or 40s, not 30s, but like, yeah, it's like late 30s and 40s doing it. It's like the access to reproductive health care, like all of those things that like, it's whether it's adoption or whatever, a lot of it is like so much more taboo and like was just not talked about in that way. And so, it's just like so cool that like people now have access to this. And like there are people who I've seen who are they were adopted by adoptees. So like their parents don't know their lineage, and so they don't know their lineage either. And so like they'll do that like together to see all that kind of stuff, which I think is like so, it's just like so cool. And I really should do that. And now that I'm no longer sick with that weird thing that I had, I can produce saliva again. And so I could actually fill the vial. Because prior, there's no way in hell I would have been able to do that. Also, if anyone is feeling Dr. Housey, I literally was going to make a TikTok being like, can someone like explain, like, what do you think that was? Like, how crazy is it?
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Why are there ridges on Reese's peanut butter cups? Probably so they never slip from her hands. Could you imagine? I'd lose it. Luckily, Reese's thought about that. Wonder what else they think about. Probably chocolate and peanut butter.
I was going to ask you, did you see the Ariana Grande interview that is going viral?
I've seen Ariana Grande interviews, but I don't know if I saw the one that you're it wasn't enough to cause the excitement that's in your eyes, so
it's not excitement, it's sheer horror.
Okay.
So
yeah, I haven't seen one that is sheer horror. So
she went on Penn Badgley's podcast because he was in The Boy Is. Should she call it The Boy Is Mine or That Boy Is Mine?
It's The Boy Is Mine.
The Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, she added a word. So she, I guess on his podcast, I didn't listen to it, so that's my full disclosure. She had was recounting a different she had an interview with young fans early in her career, and the question was asked who would you want to have at a dinner party, dead or alive? And she said Jeffrey Dahmer, because I think he's just so interesting, and I would have these questions. And basically what I've read, it seems like the follow-up was do you stand by that? And she's like, yeah, no, I mean, I stand by it. It's a weird thing for me to have said, but still do. But she said he was a dream dinner guest, and it was a Q&A with young fans. And I would just like to give massive fucking kudos because one of the victims, Tony Hughes, his mother Shirley, made a statement going, this is so fucking weird. What the fuck is wrong with you? And saying it's so wildly hurtful. She said it's completely disturbed. And said, to me, it seems like she's sick in the mind. It is not fancy or funny to say you would have wanted to do dinner with him. It's also not something you should say to young people, which she says that she did. And saying that this seems very there's no empathy for the victims here. Then I saw a comment where someone said, imagine if someone told Ariana or someone another celebrity said that they would have a dead or alive guest they would love to have is a Manchester bomber because they just want to hear about his mind. Girl.
Oof.
Girl.
Ooh, I ain't even put that together.
Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing. Has Ariana Grande been through a lot of fucking shit that would rock most people's world? Yes. Has she historically been a pretty polarizing and person prior to those things? Yes. Is it shocking that it doesn't seem like those things have shifted that? Also, yes. Because I think saying that when you're young to young fans, I've said some wildly out of pocket shit. Then I get older and I go, what the fuck was I thinking or doing? Right. And you learn from that. But to then stand and after the lived experience you've had, what the actual fuck? And it does add a different layer into the fact that she had Evan Peters as the love interest in the other music video when he played Dahmer.
Yeah. That's weird.
Huh? So that's fucking weird. And why is this a question on this podcast? Do you know what I mean? How did this come up on this podcast?
Maybe Penn Badgley was saw it and was let's correct this now. And then she just doubled down on it.
Nah. Disgusting.
Has anybody ever asked her about the licking incident?
I'm sure that's on a will not answer list for questions. That was, of all of the silly things celebrities have done, I rank Armie Hammer cannibalism as that is one that is both dangerous and fucking crazy to read. It sounds fake. The licking of the donuts is one that will never actually be matched because it's so, first of all, I don't even know how you think to do that. It's so uniquely destructive and gross and weird and disrespectful to the point where I'm like, how did that even cross your mind?
And it's on video. Like,
yes.
Was it during COVID too?
No. It was way before that. But it was something like her being like, I hate Americans. And I'm like, you're from Boca Raton. Like, you're an American. And also, you just licked a donut. You're giving Americans a bad name. Speaking of, though, God bless the USA. We are getting into the Olympics. And
I'm so excited.
I salute my country, bald eagle, caca.
When I was trying to refresh my feed with stuff, I was going through and like looking specifically. I was looking at golf stuff. I was looking at, which isn't Olympics, but tennis stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I was like Olympic stuff. And nothing, it wasn't changing at all. But then when I reset it,
they said,
it was all there.
We recognize you, a fellow American. Mm-hmm. America, I bleed red, white, and blue. Like, I am so fucking excited. I can't wait. The fact that they are still trying to say that you can swim in the Seine is killing me. And
did you see the thing where they were like, everybody go poop in the Seine?
As a protest, and they were like, and what I don't know who, if they have a prime minister or whatever their governing body is, but it was like two different governing bodies of Paris or France were like going to prove that it was clean and then swim in it.
Presidents,
yeah, it's like two people, but I don't remember who the other one was. Still have not done it. They've pushed it again to July, and that part is wild to me. And also, I would just love to give a shout out to whoever made the movie about the shark in the Seine, deciding to release it the year that the Olympics are in Paris and that they are going to be swimming in it. And if I'm saying it wrong, so sorry. I think it's the Seine. I don't think it's a CN.
Yeah.
And I'm like, kind of iconic because first I started being like, I'm very worried about sharks in the Seine now, but
also it's disgusting.
I was saying, so first I'm worried about this is murky water.
You can't see. There
and
might
I'm not
be
cool
sharks
with water.
in there.
You can't see.
You can't see.
And then you instill the fear of the sharks, and then I go, poop is in the Seine, and then I'm like, I can't imagine doing like that's like asking people to swim in a lake during the Olympics.
Yeah.
Statistically.
But also, didn't they like build a pool and then mess it up?
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason they're doing this?
Well, no, I think they did that as like the backup plan. And then, because I think it was always like like it's such like a look. Like they want it to be like, what an iconic look that they're going to be able to do this. And I guess what they've said is that like they've been wanting to clean up the Seine for a while and open it up. And so people can swim in it. And this was like a timeline excuse to be like, oh, well, now we'll actually have to do it.
People haven't been able to swim in it for 100 years.
Yeah. And like, if anyone hasn't ever been, the way I can only compare it to a lake, and I mean a lake of trash, like it is so dirty. There's nasty shit floating in it. Like people litter into, like it is not a body of water. It's a body of water. If I fell into it, I would think that I would disintegrate, similar to that scene in Breaking Bad where I stopped watching the show. Like it is radioactive. Like what? And I'm just like shocked that that even crossed their minds. I'm like, that the fanfare, like the dramatics of like the look of it, like being able to do it. I'm like, this isn't gonna fucking work. Also, I don't remember, because I know it's a triathlon, but I don't remember what other sports they are having besides that are like you're in the water, not just like kayaking and like it's splashing in your face, which is already dangerous enough. But at first I was like, there's no way that they're trying to like replace this for swimming, because the USA, we're not letting Katie Ledecky near that water.
No.
Like I'm not letting that superhuman athlete within a mile of that water. And again, like people like forget, like we talk about how like when you have to do like a neti pot and you have to like boil the water because you don't want to get that brain eating amoeba. That brain eating amoeba lives in fucking lakes and like
breeding.
It doesn't. You just swim. Water gets in your nose. It gets in your eyes, your mouth, any orifice, any fucking in your body. And like statistically, you have that many people going in there. It's not all going to be good outcomes.
No.
Yuck.
I am disgusted, but I've been following this girl that's an American living in Paris and doing the commentary on it. And I'm like, great, because I don't want to hear from a Parisian.
No, I don't either. I'm obsessed with it. Like, I am just so excited. I just recently learned, I don't know why I thought she wasn't, I didn't know Coco Gauff was going to the Olympics. For some reason, I thought she was skipping this year. I'm so fucking excited. The way I cannot wait to see her parents at the Olympics. Her mother. Like, they're so excited. I can't wait to see Simone. Like, I'm just so excited for, like, all of it.
Me
and
too.
Did you see the video of the Australian who was, like, talking shit about, like, the USA swim team? And they, like, showed Michael Phelps. And then she lost and was, like, crying how she's not going to be able to go to the Olympics. And it's her last year. And how she, like, didn't make the team. And everyone in the comments was like, good job, America. I'm just like, yeah, I become so fucking patriotic.
Fuck July 4th, but
no
Olympics.
Yeah, I'm getting my flag out. I'm painting my face red, white, and blue. You can't tell me shit. I'm an American. I'm listening to exclusively country music. I've got a pickup truck suddenly.
I wonder if, because on your ring during the holidays, they'll have like temporary things that you can change your size to. Yeah, because did you not hear during Halloween?
I knew yours. I just thought that was no. Melissa exclusive.
No, you can just change. And so I would love the fake screeching eagle sound. Yes. And imagine, did you see that woman returned, the waving woman? I sent you the video, but you weren't looking.
Oh my God, no, I haven't watched it yet. But as soon as I saw it was ring camera footage, I said, we've got another waiver.
Yeah, it's the same woman. Same one.
The one with the unique sales pitch.
Yes, same woman.
Wait, I'm obsessed. Hold on.
And she's also like doing something on the ground. I don't know what she's doing, but she like knocked on the ground first. Hello. It might have not caught it because I heard the gate open, so I just like went to live view. So I don't know if it recorded that part, but
I need to know about their training that they all were taught to go, hello. What is she? It's because she's wearing a Camelback water bottle.
I was trying to zoom in on her badge, on the paperwork. Yeah. I can't make out anything.
That does inspire me, though. I've said this to Mods earlier, that I think I want to get a Camelback backpack water thing. So when I'm like doing stuff, I don't have to remember to drink my water. It's just right there.
That makes sense.
Doesn't it? Because there's so many times where I'm just like hyperfixating on something, or I'm like, I'm just going to finish it. And I have no concept of time or whatever. And so then I like end up being like, I should drink my water, but let me do this other thing first. And then it takes so long that I'm like, oh my God, I'm parched. I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Those seem so fun. In high school, so many people had them and I was so jealous.
I want this for you.
Fiddling with it. Yeah. Let me write it down so I remember. Get Camelback backpack.
I finished Only Murderers the first season.
Oh, what'd you think?
It was good. Not enough for me to keep watching though.
I want you to get to where Meryl's in it.
I started watching the second season and then Michael Rappaport was there and I was like,
I'm going to say something controversial. I think you can skip the whole second season.
Okay. Maybe I'll pick it back up. But it was just
read
like
a Wikipedia recap.
If we're getting, I will say that was it in this season or maybe I just saw a clip of that Eva Long, they're making like a real version of, like a movie version of them.
Oh, I don't think that's out yet.
Okay. Well, I saw a picture and it was like Eva Longoria would be playing
Selena,
and I was like, age difference, but whatever. It's funny,
baby.
Yes, but it was funny to me because on Devious Maids, which I feel like it's the same setup of there's a death every year and you're trying to figure out, so it's the same thing, the same setup. But Eva Longoria was a producer on Devious Maids, and then when they were doing the movie version of what was happening on the show, she also was playing she was herself on the it was only like 5 minutes that she was on the screen, but she was Eva Longoria playing the character on the show. Right. So I thought that was funny.
I do like, that's funny. That's really smart.
Yeah.
I think that like you can skip, and again, this might be controversial. I think you can skip it. I do like the like twist kind of thing at the end of it. I did predict it. Like at the beginning, I told Monster like this is what's going to happen or whatever, and it did. But like I think that the build up to this, like the end of it, is good, like of that season, and you get more Tina Fey. But I don't. There. First of all, isn't the Hawkeye gone?
And he'd die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's a hard loss because
devastating.
He was gorgeous. he was very.
Even when he had a little mustache, I was like, still hot.
When he had his wispy, undergrown, prepubescent facial hair, and the fact that I was still attracted to that man, I was like,
"You're hot.
You're so hot." Because that's actually
offensive facial hair. Yeah.
And facial hair for me is like make or break.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can be so hot, and I'm like, unfortunately, that little chocolate milk stain you've got up in there is like ruining it all for me. It didn't for him. So like kudos to him. But so like that was a hard loss for me because they didn't like replace him with a hot man. So that was like hard. But I think like if you like I think it's only 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like the 3rd season and you like want to go back and like watch the 2nd, you like can. I think you just need like a recap of because it ends the same kind of and then you pick that up there. Because I don't think we even meet Paul Rudd.
No,
until the 3rd. But that it's just good, like because they expanded it enough that like there are like full scenes without any of like the 3 of them. And like you've got like a lot of it's like Meryl's background story, like a lot of her stuff. And like she's so good in it and so funny. And so is Paul Rudd. So I would pick it up for the 3rd. Might be controversial.
Okay. It'll be a later thing. I got a lot of stuff going on now. Thank God. So I can't be in my own head all day.
She spent a week. You started setting fire, whatever those things were, something where you set up with
pots,
stuff, and stuff. The matches started striking, and now you've got a lot of candles burning. you gotta tend to those. Over. Truly.
I saw 2 movies also that I think are 2 of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Tell me, I love.
I'm not even gonna name the movies. I already told you one though.
Oh, yeah. Well, now you understand my Roman Empire, why I literally had to deep dive into this girl because I'm like, this makes no fucking sense.
You didn't respond to it, but did you see where I saw how the other film got?
It's still not enough.
It's not enough, but at least we know how the first one got made. In the same way of like Lena Dunham, she made that film Tiny Furniture, whatever it was called. I think that was called. Yeah. And then people were like, oh my gosh, she made this as like a recent, I'm pretty sure, did she go to Oberlin or NYU? Whatever. But they were like, she made this film, this feature film, and she's just out of school. And then like Judd Apatow emailed her, and that's how Girls Happen. But like her parents paid for the film.
But like, so we started off as a short that she made in college.
Yes.
And so that's what I don't understand. Like
that guy was the producer
of the feature.
No, he was in school with her though. They were in school together. So he did the short too. And then they wanted to make it into the feature. And then he just asked us to fund it.
She has to have parents too. She's got like the fact that I can't find anything about her family makes me think that they're billionaires. Yes. Like it makes me think that they're not just like rich, they're rich.
I'm going to bleep out everything we just said because like not everything we said, the names of things, because unfortunately we do work in this industry and we might need them one day.
I also don't have an issue.
I don't have an issue. I just want like the information.
Well, and because like I don't have an issue when people secure
funding,
way over funding for something. I just want to know, like, it's not that I don't think they deserve it or whatever. I just know how hard it is. And so I'm like, how?
Yes.
How did you get this? Because I know that this, I don't know how, this studio is not just giving you this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did you do this?
Yep.
Like the way I had to like push so hard for like an increase in budget from like a 1.1 million to like 1.2, like, and you can make a movie for that. And so like when I see something that is like, there's only like one section of it that I go, that cost a lot of money. There's only one of that. I go, so then where did the money?
Yes. And it's what bothers me. Like I do not care about nepotism. Like as long as you are saying it, I've said this before, but like nepotism exists everywhere. People like inherit their parents' corner stores. Like that's nepotism. I don't care about that. It's when people are lauded as these like indie darlings that were scrappy and came from like nothing. That's what I don't like when I see that your parent wrote a check and made the film. Just say, I benefited from this privilege, and then bring up other people with you. That's my problem.
Yep. And even if it's like not even about like, oh, your like parents had connections in the industry or whatever, but like if you came from like a wildly wealthy family and like do that, like don't hide that. Like it is what it is. Like there are certain times and like you'll find it in general where like people who are not from the States come out to like start trying to like be an actor, and that is expensive. Point blank, it's so fucking expensive. And when it's like, okay, they're not really working much or doing any of those kinds of things, like, okay, so I know you've got access. Like I know you're coming from a way that you've got that access, and that's fine. Like again, it's totally fine. But when there are just some question marks floating up, and then we never hear about anything ever, then I go, why are we hiding it?
Right.
Because like, you know, there are people who like talk about their families or like where they went to school or the area they grew up in or whatever. And you can put two and two together. Like this person like was pursuing comedy in their 20s and they were fresh out of like NYU, like expensive school or something like that. And they didn't have a lot of odd jobs. And, you know, we got that. And I go, okay, cool. So you grew up in a suburb of let's say Chicago, and I'm going like, okay, I look it up. Yeah. Household median income, totally fine. You're not hiding it. But when it's not a peep,
right?
And it's like, look how they were able to do this. And I go, you didn't actually tell me that they were able to do it. You just told me that they did it. I don't know how they were able to do it. So how? How? Yeah. So many questions. So many.
So I watched two, and I was like, I never really watch movies at home, and I watched two back to back that I despise.
That's tough. That's tough. I always have a hard time with that when it's like I need a win. I need a theatrical or an at-home viewing win. Because if I'm going to sit down and watch a full feature-length movie, I better fucking enjoy it.
And I also wasn't sleeping too, so it was just like, do something, please. Entertain me. Someone do something to entertain me. So.
Dance. Perform. Sing. Maybe you should watch Trolls. Or sing like an animated movie. Because like that Mott's and I watched Lilo and Stitch and he had like never seen it before. And that was one where I was like, oh yeah. Sometimes I just have to roll it back to a animated film made for children to remember what true art is. What entertainment is. Right. And I go, okay, this is designed to surprise and delight young minds. And my frontal lobe is fully developed. So like I'm about to enjoy the layers of this.
Yeah.
So that's what I recommend. I do want to see Inside Out too, but I'm not a masochist, so I will be watching that at home.
I didn't.
I know.
It's not that I didn't like the first one. It was Bing Bong, Beep Bop, Bobbity Bop Bop Bop.
We actually can't talk about it. I will get heated because like the way I would take a bullet for Bing Bong. I love that pink elephant more than most humans I know.
Well, you don't love a lot of humans, so.
Facts. Facts. No, stiff competition. Well, might I recommend an animated film for you to reignite your love for
the cinema.
You need a movie that feels like a real movie.
I know. I do, because neither one of those did.
Yeah. Well, you can watch Challengers again.
I know, but then I didn't want to be stressed out.
That score really gets the blood pump and the heart rate going. You could also do the movie that Harry Styles thinks feels like a real movie. Don't Worry, Darling. I actually I still haven't seen it, and I like kind of want to watch it.
I don't think I would have enjoyed it in that state of mind.
If you want a movie that is like cinema, and not in a way that like cinema is art, in a way that cinema is explosions, bang bang, color, lots of those fun things where it's like over the top campy, I would recommend Argyle.
I've already seen it.
Oh, I thought you didn't watch it yet.
I saw it, I don't know, sometime in the last month, maybe.
Okay. What else can I recommend you?
Then I sat and watched The Bear, and I don't even like that show.
Girl,
I already watched the first season.
You don't.
And
why
then
would
I
you
just
do that?
put it on.
And got pissed
Well,
off.
because Avia was watching it, and she was like, "I love it," and I was like, "Maybe I just wasn't in the right frame of mind."
You have to filter and ask people who
And
say they
then-
love The Bear. Do you find Jeremy Allen White? Do you
She
want to fuck
doesn't.
him?
No,
Oh, okay,
she
that's
doesn't.
an anomaly because most of the time people are like, I
Avia
want
is
to
like
fuck that man.
6'2". She does not want to look at a little man.
Sometimes
She doesn't.
tall girls like those
No,
little
her
rat boys.
partner is also like 6'3", 6'4". Like, no,
They're producing a full team.
yeah. I don't even think one of them are even athletic. But she was like, I love it. And I was like, maybe, I gave Only Murders a second chance. Maybe. And I sat there and I watched the entire second season. There were, I will say they do breakout episodes with just one character. And there are a couple of those that I really enjoyed. But then they got to this one episode where it was a flashback where it was all their family. And I was like, there's only 2 people or 3 people here from like the main cast, and I don't even care. And I was just fast forwarding, and I was like, oh, there's Better Call Saul, there's Jamie Lee Curtis, there's what's her name? That's in all Ryan Murphy shows.
Sarah Paulson?
Yes, there's Sarah Paulson. And I was just like, they got this dynamite cast in here. I have no interest in this whatsoever. I literally fast forward the whole episode.
I mean, I love cooking. I love food. I do not like scripted shows about like
it's not even
chefy stuff. And
I enjoyed how they went from from the first to the second season. They went from this small sandwich shop to like him and Io taking over, and then it becoming like they were trained. This whole season was about like them training to the other people that work in the restaurant to be like elevate them as actual chefs. And so they were all like going off to these different places in the places that they specialize in and like having their one-off episodes. And I like that. But then when they bring in their fucking family shit, I'm just like, I don't want to see it.
Leave that shit at home.
Yeah.
You're at work.
And
get your shit together.
Will
Pulitzer?
He was in one episode. And I was like, ooh, who's this hot man? And it's like, oh, whoops. I don't know how he looked so hot in that episode.
You go, whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops. Wait, what is he? You know what will forever be the biggest jump scare of my life? That man is British.
Yeah.
That man does not look British whatsoever. He's a great actor.
Yeah, I mean, he's British in that show.
He is a fucking child.
I know. And he's not even, isn't he older than you?
I think so, but I don't know. He played young for so long.
Yes.
It's kind of like the kid in Love Actually, where I saw a picture of him getting married and I go, oh, cute. And I went,
yeah,
no, I'm a predator.
Y'all were born the same year, but he was born in January. So like, he's older than you.
There's like, but to me, he's a child.
I know.
I'm so sorry for disrespecting you for thinking you're attractive.
It was like, oh.
Yeah, no, it's like, whoa. Like, it's a visceral, like
he kept talking, and I was like, oh, I know that person. And he wasn't doing like his eyebrow thing either. So like, I was like,
you know, he no longer has that like quirky, annoying little kid face.
Yeah.
He's giving a classically handsome Tom Holland sculpted, like in a way that you go, this is a man.
Yeah. Tom Holland, I still see him as a child. But
there's a couple Tom Holland photo. Like
I'll just have to wait till he just pops up
Parker
in something where I don't expect it to be him and then get shocked. But I still see him as a child.
Yeah, there was some Tom Holland photo shoot that had the same equivalent to the Justin Bieber Calvin Klein photo shoot, where everyone went, "Whoa, that's a man. This is no longer young boy,
And
one
see,
less
I
only
was
girl,
still
eeny,
like
miny, mo,
that
lover."
as a child, but he is
Well, he
closer
also
to your
my
age. Yes.
But yeah, it's some like GQ Tom. Oh, I think it's the Esquire.
I know what you're talking
Is it
about.
that one? His photo shoot.
This episode is brought to you by Peloton. Looking for an easy workout? You're in the wrong place. Peloton Tread has what you need to challenge yourself. Need to be pushed to your limit? Their elite coaches will keep you on track to break past your goals. Whether you're looking to get stronger or faster, Peloton Tread has everything you need to become everything you want. Find your push, find your power. Peloton. Visit onepeloton.com to learn more.
Hey, honey, I'm at the store. Ginger needs a new bag of dog food, right?
Yeah, it's Blue Buffalo. Life protection formula?
But Purina one is on sale. Isn't it the same?
What are the ingredients?
Chicken, rice flour, corn gluten meal, whole grain corn, chicken byproduct meal.
Blue has deboned chicken, chicken meal, brown rice, oatmeal, barley.
Never mind. Blue Buffalo it is.
Switch to Blue Life Protection Formula and feed your dog like family.
Max Bankman, I'm the new doctor.
Welcome aboard the Odyssey.
ABC Thursdays.
This ship is heaven. We're tending to our passengers' dreams. I'm in.
From 911 executive producer Ryan Murphy comes a splashy new drama on a luxury cruise ship with Joshua Jackson and Don Johnson.
It's your job to keep everyone alive.
She's in VFib. 1, 2, 3. Clear.
I have a pulse.
You're going to be okay.
Dr. Odyssey. Thursdays, 9/8 Central on ABC. And stream on Hulu.
Yeah. Gorge. Absolutely gorge. Do you know I auditioned for a movie? I did like 2 or 3 callbacks for it with him playing like his ex-girlfriend or something, and like the scene is like straddling him. And I remember like my 4th callback, they were like, "So how tall are you?" And I was like, literally being the whole time, I was like, I have been waiting for this question, because as soon as I got the audition, I was like, this is not going to work.
Zendaya, because I feel like now they would just be like, okay, because people are I just feel like they'll be like, people are used to seeing him with someone tall.
No, it was like, I think it was probably like first Spider-Man was out. Like I don't even think the second one was out. And I was like, I have questions, because like I don't what is this? Because also like logistically, you can't really cheat a scene of someone straddling the other one and like you're having a conversation. Like I you know, movie magic can only work so much. And after that point, they were like, "How tall are you again?" And I was like, "Oh, you know." And then they had someone who like was his height, where they stood up and like had them stand like next to me. They're like, "Okay, well, thank you." And then I was like, and never hearing from them again. Damn. It's okay. I survived. Last thing I was going to say is I started watching Love Island. Love Island UK. Not super entertained by. I'm waiting to hear from people who are like watching it live to say like, hey, it's getting good. But like right now, everyone's kind of like, 90% of the women look so similar. I can't even tell the difference between them, which I don't fucking like. In my original cast, I need you to give me, I can't have you give me 6 brunettes who are all 5'4", fake titties, and the only difference between them is the bikini color. Like, it's just too fucking hard for me to pay. Because, like, you're introducing these characters to me. Like, you can introduce a bunch of people who look the same later on, but, like, I need to know the original cast. And, like, no one has a dynamic, like, crazy dynamic personality yet. Like, it's just kind of like, So I started watching.
I was going to say, you started talking about this last week, and you were like, they're going to start letting the bombshells in. And then nobody came in that shook anything up.
I couldn't even wait for it. I was so bored. Like, the personalities are just so dull right now. Like, it's just, everyone is, and I'm sure someone has great personality. They're not getting fucking screen time. So, like, it's just kind of like a slog. So, as that was happening, people are like, American Love Island is going off this season. And I said, oh my God, am I going to start watching? Unless I put it on. And we get the first episode, and we meet a man who is a whopping 5'7". This man is narrow. This man is dainty. And I go, this man is a model. This man is modeling. He is, without a doubt,
children's
posing.
clothes?
No, he's just not walking down runways. This man is sitting while modeling.
Mhm.
This man is modeling, and we're doing
Ralph
different
Lauren.
camera angles. He is giving beautiful boy. Like this is a young, gorgeous man.
Okay.
He reveals his name, Cordell, and I go, cute name. He reveals that he has a brother who plays a sport that, we might know. And he says his last name. His brother? OBJ. And I go, what the fuck? It's in the package. He mentions it one time. I'm like 6 episodes into the show. The girls are just finding it out and like they're taking it and they're like, yeah, he never talks about it. Like it just like came up in passing, like doesn't care. He is the coolest guy, the best vibe. Girls all have to pair up and they like pick the guy at first. Like you run to the guy who you want to pair, like match up with.
Mhm.
They do a different way of getting your initial couples each season. And I'm like, thank God, because on the British one, what they have been doing the last couple seasons is the public picks. And the British public, I would give you $1 million if you didn't just pair the only black guy with the only black girl. It's impossible. They have to. They fucking physically have to. But in America, they're far more diverse from the initial casting.
Mhm.
Also, because I saw someone argue on Reddit that the UK is like more diverse than the United States. And I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
They did that when they had that. It was like a British guy on The Bachelor years ago. And they made his he was a white man, but they made the Bachelorette's like more diverse. And because he was like saying this stuff, like it's more diverse in the UK. Like they don't care like about, and like one of the girls they got pretty far, it was a black girl. And they were like having this conversation. I was like, me, even in I think I might have been in high school when this happened.
Yeah.
In high school, college, I was younger. Well, of course I was younger. I was younger 2 seconds ago. But I was like, nothing about anything that's being said here makes sense to me.
Like, it's just one of those things I go, okay, let's have some stipulations in, because there's no way you're telling me you're comparing the size of the tiny UK to all of America. Like, what are you talking about?
Maybe
this person
per
on Reddit,
capita, but even then, no.
No, but the diversity is overrepresented in British television and underrepresented in American television. Like that is point blank. That is true.
Yeah.
And that was what the initial Reddit post was talking about. And they're like, actually, no. And then they tried to say, well, in America, if you are like Mexican, Hispanic, Latino, like you're still considered white. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Like you can say phenotype wise, I identify as but like boxes check, you can have like white, Latino, non-white, Hispanic, like they're all like, it was just like ridiculous. But so in American Love Island, far more diverse from the get-go and the jump. And so they have them like run to who they want to pair up with. And there's a man there named Coy, Coye. He walks in. Melissa, you got to look up a picture of him. Just look up Coy Love Island. The thighs, this man, a watermelon bursting between, that would be too easy. He's 6'8". 6'8". Gorgeous. And this man knows that he's 6'8", obviously. And so there's other guys coming in, and like all of the rest of the guys they're petite. There's one guy who's like probably around 6 feet tall. And they're all like, oh my God, I'm nervous. And they would ask him if he's nervous. And he keeps going, why would I be nervous? They're all like, well, like these ones coming in, like you're not worried. And this other guy comes in so jacked. He like is so roided up. He can't even like put his arms down. Like he's walking like a paper doll. Like he's like shoulders out. And he's like, are you worried? And he goes, why would I be worried? And everyone's like, at the end of the day, this man is 6'8", but he can't put the effort in because he doesn't know how to, because he's 6'8". So he's like never had to.
Okay, I've heard about him because his mom has been.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen it. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, I heard about it.
Girl, he's very much a boy mom from what I've learned.
Yeah. So he unfortunately got eliminated. And I was devastated because I read that as a spoiler. And then the episode before came out and I said, oh, actually this man can leave. Like I'm actually okay. And this is why I shouldn't pick him. The girls on this season of American Love Island are so fucking gorgeous. But so Cordell, the short guy, OBJ's brother. So all of the girls are running to him, to the tall 6'8" guy. And he only gets to pick one. He picks one. And the girl he picks, is it Janae or Janae? I think it's Janae. And her speaking voice sounds exactly like not Brandy as a whole, but Brandy specifically as Cinderella in she sounds like Brandy as a princess. The voice is so fucking similar. She's gorgeous. And then there's this other girl, Serena. I think is her name. Serena Love Island. Yes. And so then he gets to pick who he wants to be with. And they're like, you could, and he goes, Serena. And they were like, how do you feel about her picking the other guy? He goes, I don't care. She's gorgeous. She's great. And like, he's like bending over backwards for her. And she's kind of like, I don't know. But like, he's like very fun and funny. And so far I'm like enjoying this season, like of American Love Island, which I don't usually, but as soon as it started, the first person in the package, one of the girls, and I immediately went, that's a bitch from Houston. And now I'm sat and now I'm fucking ready because the personality that they have, and I got all of the cities right, except for one girl, which I was like, Miami. She's from like somewhere in North Carolina. And I was like, no way. But like the energy that is coming from them and like the friendship that's like so nice. And like, that's what you want. Like, that's what I want in Love Island. Like, I want the relationships, but like, I need to see like the girls be friends. I need to see there be like buddy system. I need all of that. And the first challenge they did was like guess like what number is like two body counts or whatever. And so the coy guy, the reason why the guys start by having the girls have to guess their body count. He told his girl that his body count was like less than 100 and his real one was 150. And then it was like, okay, now guys have to like the girls have to guess what the guys think that an acceptable body count for a partner is. And I was like, Love Island, you are being so messy. I'm loving this challenge. He says 10. And immediately the girl he's paired with said, goodbye. I'm fucking done with this doubles. Like that's an insane double standard. Cordell said infinity. He said, I don't know, sleep with as many men as you want. Have fun. Have a good time. And I was like, and I'm in. Right. And I also have one guy on there who is, his name is Rob, which I just think is, we need to skip over the name Rob. I think you should be Robbie and then you can be Robert. But like, I've never met a man. Bobby? Fine. But I've never met a man where I go, yeah, you look like a Rob. Like Rob is not a real, like that's not a full name to me. Like I need more.
Rob Lowe. He looks like a Rob.
No,
but he's Rob Lowe. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Like no one has ever been just Rob. That's not enough letters. Like that's not a name. Like Robbie or Robert. And so this man, he looks so much like, and I say this with love, the uglier brother of this guy that I like dated in high school who is gorgeous. And they look so similar. And he just looks like the guy I dated was more attractive. He is the most low-key, zero personality, non-excitable man ever. And I go, why did they put him on Love Island? Like, he's just kind of like, whatever. But it's kind of like nice to see the contrast. There's like a bunch of other guys who are being like, da-da-ba-ba-da-da-da. And he's just like, okay, this is a lot. Like, let's just chill out. So it's actually good. If you decide that you want to say fuck it to cinema, that's what we do.
I left the reality TV world because it was making me too stressed out.
As of now, this one isn't that stressful, okay. But I can let you know if it gets stressful. Okay. But it's good. And like, these are like some like attractive people on it.
Okay.
And I mean, the women are always gorgeous on Love Island, but like the men usually for me, I don't love a British man usually. Mm-hmm. And so the American men, I've been surprised and I've been delighted. And there's way less veneers on this season because UK Love Island, chiclets.
Well,
but that's it for me.
Thank you. We didn't even talk about the debate.
I didn't watch it. I refused to watch it.
I turned it on because I still had to edit Fisting Friday, where I had said I would do it last week and I didn't. And you were like, you're not going to do it. And I didn't. But I had to edit it, but I turned it on just to watch. Like, I was like, while I'm sweetening the audio, because I don't have to listen while I do that, then I'll watch it. All right.
Well,
by the time I'll hear this, it'll be July. So welcome to July.
And it'll be after July 4th. So therefore
we can before July 4th.
Oh, I was gonna say if it's after July 4th, I'm fully confident. I'm fully engaged in my patriotism. If it's before July 4th, I don't want anyone to get confused.
It's July 2nd.
Okay, so give it a couple days, and I'm proud to be an American.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone. So we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.